everybody, for my book talk I am choosing to share with y'all The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. This book was published in 1967 and it has 180 pages in it. They're kind of just average size and it's not a hard read at all. Once you start reading it, it's really hard to put down, so it's really easy to follow along with. So, a brief overview of the book. It takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the 1960s. This book was actually written by the author's personal experiences in high school and the social classes that she noticed were very important to her lifestyle. And basically there are two groups. There are the greasers, who are kind of like the hoods almost. They are the ones who are perceived as getting arrested and causing all the trouble in town. And they usually are very poor, have very little to their name. And then the other group are the socias, who are from the other side of town, and they are the ones who get all the breaks pretty much. They drive the Mustangs, their parents are rich, and they never really have to worry about anything in life. And even though that they cause a lot of trouble, they don't really get blamed for it because of their social status. So I'm going to read y'all a short passage from the book. And the passage that I chose is from chapter 1, and it's written from the point of view of the main character, whose name is Pony Boy Curtis. It says, "Anyway, I went on walking home, thinking about the movie, and then suddenly wishing I had some company. Greasers can't walk alone too much or they'll get jumped, or someone will come by and scream 'greaser' at them, which doesn't make you feel too hot, if you know what I mean. We get jumped by the socias. I'm not sure how you spell it, but it's the abbreviation for the socials, the jet set, the West Side rich kids. It's like the term greaser, which is used to class all us boys on the East Side. We're poorer than the socias in the middle class. I reckon we're wilder, too. Not like the socias who jump greasers and wreck houses and throw beer blasts for kicks and get editorials in the paper for being a public disgrace one day and an asset to society the next. Greasers are almost like hoods. We steal things and drive old souped-up cars and hold up gas stations and have a gang fight once in a while. I don't mean I do things like that. Derry would kill me if I got into trouble with the police. Since Mom and Dad were killed in an auto wreck, the three of us get to stay together only as long as we behave. So Soda and I stay out of trouble as much as we can, and we're careful not to get caught when we can't. I only mean that most greasers do things like that, just like we wear our hair long and dress in blue jeans and t-shirts, or leave our shirt tails out and wear leather jackets and tennis shoes or boots. I'm not saying that either socias or greasers are better. That's just the way things are." And I chose to read y'all this passage from chapter 1 because it gives you an overview of the differences between the social classes. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the book. And I also chose it because it explains the living situation of the three brothers. So the main character and the narrator of this book is Pony Boy Curtis. He's 14 years old, and he lives with his middle brother, Soda Pop Curtis, who is 16 years old, and his oldest brother, Derry, and his real name is Daryl, what they call him Derry, and he is 20 years old. And when their parents died, Derry got custody of them, so they all live together, and it's very important that Soda Pop and Pony Boy behave so they can stay living with Derry and not get sent to a boys' home. And when you read the book, you'll realize how hard it is for Pony Boy to stay out of trouble, and why one thing that happens in this book is really important that he doesn't get caught for, because if he does get caught, then it could turn in very bad for the brothers. So y'all read the book, figure out what happens to Pony Boy, figure out what happens to the gang, and just see everything they go through. It's really a touching book about friendship and family and love, and it really is, I can't recommend it enough. It's a great book, and since 8th grade, I've probably read this book 3 more times, and to me, it just never gets old. It gets better and better each time I read it. So please read this book if you haven't already. Most of you probably have. But like I said, it's a really easy read. Once you start reading it, it's hard to put down. And again, it is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, published in 1967. Thank you.